10 NFT project founder mistakes that could ruin a project. These 10 mistakes are mistakes that either I myself have done in the past building and launching an NFT project. Mistakes I've seen some of the 25 plus NFT project founders I've worked with do, or really mistakes I've seen or experienced having spoken with over 300 NFT project founders since I founded my NFT marketing agency, Unfungible. And if this is the first time we meet, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Leon Aboud. I am a Web 2 marketer turned into Web 3 marketer. Really, in Web 2, I have experience building Instagram pages to 7-figure, so 1 million plus followers, and then ended up building 7-figure e-commerce stores. And then in Web 3, I am a founder of a sold out NFT project, and I've since helped 25 NFT project founders with their marketing and the launching of their NFT projects. And if at any stage of your NFT founder journey you need help with the marketing and the launching of your NFT project, then feel free to get in touch with us by clicking on the link in the description of this video so you can book a free 30-minute strategy session with us so you can learn how we can help you, how we can help your project, and how you can get involved with us. And make sure you carefully focus and even take notes, because a lot of those mistakes are very common and could knock you out, especially mistake number 6. That's one I regularly see happening. Mistake number 1 I see NFT project founders do that could potentially ruin your project is number 1, developing a product before identifying a pain point. And this is a mistake I've done myself during my short 7-year career in entrepreneurship. This is one I've done a couple of times. So during my university studies, I started this Instagram page called Worldwide Engineering. And the page, I started posting engineering related content, and the page quickly grew to becoming one of the fastest growing engineering pages out there. I had a lot of trouble monetizing my audience. I pretty much didn't know what to sell to them and how to build a product that could solve a problem for them. I had started by creating the product, which is pretty much a page based on educational and entertainment content, and I didn't identify a pain point that those people had. And without identifying a pain point, I could not reverse engineer a product that could pretty much come in, solve their problem, and them paying me in exchange of that product. So pretty much, full transparency, I ended up building Worldwide Engineering to 1 million followers. And this pretty much taught me the importance of developing a product around the pain point. So in the context of NFT project founders, I often talk to founders where they come to me and they're like, hey Leon, so we got this 10K collection of sheeps and we want to launch it. And I'm like, okay, what are you building? And then the founder tells me, so we're still figuring out the utility. We're not too sure what we want to build and how we want to monetize on the long term. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works, man. You need to identify what is a gap in the market and how can you come and fill that up with your product or service. So start by figuring out what is a pain point, what is a missing technology, what is a missing utility, what is missing use case that exists in the NFT space, where there's friction or pain in the NFT space that you can come in and fill that gap out with your project. It's going to make marketing a lot easier, and it's going to make you a lot more profitable on the long term. Mistake number 2, and this one hits personal, is thinking that influencer marketing in the NFT space is dead. And whenever I'm on a call with a founder and they tell me, but Leon, we've tried influencer marketing and it doesn't work, I automatically think of the equivalent of someone in Web 2 that tells me that owns a brand. Let's say you own a coffee brand. You come and you tell me, Leon, Facebook ads don't work. Of course they work, but you don't know how to use them. So in the context of influencer marketing still works like wonder. They just have evolved. No longer do they work like we used to see them during the bull market. Now the strategy is different. Now influencer marketing is really used for you to build credibility, for you to build presence, and for you to build your name and authority in the NFT space. It is no longer used as a tool for direct conversion, where you convert people that have never seen your project into people that are all of a sudden they want to buy your project. This no longer works. It is more of a long-term game. And influencer marketing could be a video in and of itself. And which is why I actually made a full guide regarding NFT influencers and how you can use them in 2023 to pretty much skyrocket your NFT project without wasting time or money. I made that into a guide called The Ultimate Guide to NFT Influencer Marketing in 2023. You can get that by clicking on the link in the description of this video. And really, it is over a dozen pages of pure content that I'm giving out for free. And really, all I ask in exchange is your email so I can continue fostering this relationship we have together and continue bringing value to the table in deeper and more meaningful ways. So really make sure you check that out. It really details exactly what influencer marketing looks like in 2023 and what it doesn't. And there's also in there a list of the top influencers in the NFT space that we recommend working with and that we've worked with ourselves and have tested. And those are the ones that pretty much work. Obviously, I have no financial connection with any of them. Talking about paid ads, here's mistake number 3, and that is not focusing on creating storyboards for your NFT project. So there is this project called KPR Verse. And what KPR Verse did very well is that they mastered the game of storyboards. Not only did they showcase their audience, what do the PFPs look like, but they use storyboards to showcase what does the ecosystem look like? What does the universe that they're building look like? Because you have to remember something, NFTs are speculative assets. People don't buy into them for what they are, for the utility you bring to the table, but for what they could be. So by showcasing people, really the universe that you're trying to build, we've noticed from experimentations that storyboards tend to perform 35% better than in terms of engagement and return on investment when you boost that post versus typical profile pictures. So make sure whenever you are creating the digital assets of your NFT project to also invest in storyboards. Really map out what is it that our universe looks like and what is it that we want to showcase people. Mistake number 4, and that is one I see very freaking often, and that is NFT founders not understanding the different types of buyer personas that exist in the NFT space and which one they are going after. So as we've seen from previous videos, there are 3 types of NFT buyer personas in the NFT space. Number 1, the collectors. Number 2, the smart money. We like to call them finnies. And number 3, we have the degens. We call them internally at Unfungible, we call them Z Money. And each one of those 3 buyer personas have different motives of why they're in the NFT space and what are their objectives. The ex-collectors wants to collect. Finny wants to buy long-term, but he is money-oriented. Z Money wants to buy things short-term, the degen. He buys in the morning, sells at night for 30% profit. And understanding your product, which type of those different buyer personas resonates with, is very important because a product that resonates with ex-collector is completely different than a product that resonates with Z-Money. They're completely different in terms of the art, the utility, the storytelling, the branding, everything is different. One very common mistake I see NFT founders do is, let's say they have a product that is very Finny oriented, so smart money oriented. They are advertising it as if it was a Z-Money product. So what do I mean by this? Let's say you have a product where you are building a new platform that has revolutionary technology on the blockchain. This is a very long-term product and it appeals to the people that are more long-term oriented, maybe with deeper pockets, which is the smart money, the Finny type of buyer. However, I would go on the project's Discord and all of a sudden I'm seeing that they're doing raffles, they have more of a grinding type of marketing strategy that is relevant for Z-Money. And it pretty much won't work for smart money. So this is where I see a disconnect between your product and the marketing and how you are doing marketing to those people. So to make sure you understand the buyer personas and what types of products they resonate with, make sure you go to a previous video I made a couple videos back, Art Gobbler's case study. And in there, I really go in depth into the different types of buyer personas. Mistake number 5 I see NFT founders regularly do is that they are not paying attention to the right metric. Something I've noticed speaking with over 300 NFT founders on a one-on-one call is that a lot of times founders are too locked thinking about numbers in terms of Discord growth and in terms of Twitter growth, and they don't necessarily think about audience quality as well as the depth of the relationship you have with your audience. One metric I look at whenever I'm gauging the health of an NFT project, I go on Twitter, I look for the project that I want to study, and then I see how many friends in common do we have with that project. Because Twitter is going to tell you the number of connections that you follow, who of them follow that project. However, if I see that this project, like we pretty much have no friends in common, I automatically assume that this project either has botted all their followers, let's say they have 10K, most of them are bots, or they pretty much don't have a quality audience in the context of an NFT project. So I recommend you always use this metric. Number 1, always make sure that, of course, your network of people that you're following is relevant to the NFT space. And once that is done, then you can start having a very good pulse over the health of a project by analyzing how many connections and comments you have. If other people in the NFT space are following this project, it means something. If they're not, it also means something negative. Mistake number 6, and this one could be devastating for your NFT project, is actually running collaborations with any random projects and not handpicking the projects you're going to work with. And I actually have a story about this one. The project I am a co-founder of, and that was launched about a year ago, Naya. It's a generative AI art project. And the reason we did a killer job with the collaborations on this project was because we tapped into communities that had audiences that we knew resonated with our project. So in our context, we had an AI generative art. So we realized, okay, so the people that would buy an AI generative art are people that already buy NFT art. So we went, reverse engineered, find all the projects that were art specific projects, and we did collaborations with those projects specifically. We didn't care about landing a collab with Bored Apes or Azuki or all those guys. No, we were going after the buyer personas that were already buying art. And that was the reason why the project ended up selling out a 1K collection with only like 4,000 or 5,000 people on Discord and 5,000 or 6,000 people on Twitter. We did not have a big audience, but the people we had were like very targeted. And we knew those were the people that resonate with the project we're building, and they resonate with the message that we're pretty much sharing with them. So make sure the project that you're running collabs with are relevant to your project and not just any random project that wants to take a whitelist from you. So mistake number 7 I see NFT project founders do is that they do not check the wallets that they receive from the collabs. So for those of you who don't know, whenever you run collabs with different projects or whenever you whitelist people in your project, they're going to send you the wallets of the winners, or people are going to submit their wallets. And with the wallet, you can actually take that, throw that on Etherscan or on SoulScan, depending on your chain, and you can see how much money is in that wallet. And this metric pretty much gives you a very good idea over the purchasing power of the people you have in your ecosystem. And this is something I've started tasking every single NFT project founder that I work with. I'm like, at the end of every week, I need a report of the wallets, and I need to know exactly if we're landing collabs with people that actually have purchasing power or not. And you're going to notice most people right now during the bear market, their wallets are empty. They have like $4, $5, $6, $7. They do not have purchasing power to buy your $50, $100, $200 NFT, which is why it is very important to, number one, make sure that you are running high quality collabs with the right people. And number two, the right metric that's going to tell you if people are actually going to end up minting your NFT project is pretty much by checking the content of that wallet to see if these people have purchasing power. So here's a good one. Mistake number 8 I see NFT project founders regularly do. They hire a pretty bad Discord team. So it's funny, a couple of days ago, there was a project that was minting. They were mint day. And I went on their Discord to see a little bit how the sentiment was, what was happening, what were they doing right, what were they doing wrong. And I go on Discord. I noticed a big mistake that was happening on that server is that the community manager of that Discord was actually making fun of the fudders. So I remember someone from the community said on Discord, like, hey guys, I think the mint is not going well. And then the community manager was like, hey, stop fudding. Why are you fudding? Go back to your mom's basement. You know, so that community manager was actually being very mean to the different people that had concerns or were fudding the server. And the right way to tackle FUD is by actually being the professional in that relationship and by basically tackling the concern right on. If someone is worried about the mint velocity, so the mint not moving fast enough, what is the team doing to overcome this? What do we have planned? Why is this happening? But if you're making fun of people, we all know where this is going to go. So make sure the people you hire on your Discord, you make sure you vet them correctly. You give them different scenarios. Okay, what happens if this question comes up? What happens if this person shows up and we start getting scams on the Discord? Put them through different scenarios and see how they would react. And this is how you're going to know if this is a good community manager that fits the culture of the project that you are trying to build. Mistake number 9 I see NFT founders do is minting too early. Let's say you are buying a Macallan bottle of whiskey. Which one do you think is going to be more expensive and more valuable? The 18-year-old one or the 24-year-old one? Obviously, it's the older one because it has aged better. More time went into the creation of this whiskey. And the same thing applies right now for NFT projects during the bear market. No longer can we see projects come out of nowhere with a month of marketing and then sell out in a matter of seconds. Now, your time in the market has become a very important metric because buyers in the NFT space right now, trust is a big factor. They need to be seeing you multiple times. There's this concept in Web2 marketing that I used to follow very closely, which is that a typical buyer is going to need to see your product 7 times before they can buy. And the same phenomenon has started happening in the NFT space. Buyers need to see your project more times for longer periods of times before they can even make a decision of buying it. So really, the longer you can spend time doing marketing, the longer you can spend time in the space, show your face, tell people what you're doing, say it in different ways that are going to resonate with different audiences. The longer you can do that, the more chances you have at selling out. And let me tackle actually one of the big concerns NFT founders have, and I hear that a lot, which is, but Leon, are we going to lose hype if we wait too long? The answer is no, because there is no hype in the first place. Hype is no longer a marketing strategy that exists in the NFT space. People are going to buy into established project, not into hyped project. So don't make the mistake of thinking you're going to lose people, because if you have a good product, people are going to stick around with you. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, number 10 mistake I see NFT founders do, which is having the wrong expectations coming into the NFT space. And that is one naturally a lot of project founders have. Having the wrong expectations of what they can make with an NFT founder, with an NFT project. I regularly talk to founders, they come to me, they're like, okay, Leon, I have a 7K marketing budget. How do we make this happen? And I look at that founder and I'm like, so let me hear this straight. It is a bear market right now. You want to make a 215x on your money right now during the bear market? Even during the bull market, we didn't used to see projects do more than 30x. Now, during the bear market, ladies and gentlemen, something you need to know is the typical return on investment that we're seeing in the NFT space is between 3 to 10x. So if you invest 10K, you can expect to make between 30 and 100K, depending on how good of a job you do and how good your product is. So don't expect making $1 million with $5,000 during the bear market. So this was it, ladies and gentlemen. If you want more insight into NFT marketing, make sure you follow me on Twitter at HeyThisIsLeon. And if you want to continue learning on how you can build the future of Web3, make sure you download the free report, the ultimate guide to NFT influencer marketing in 2023, link in bio, as well as watch the video I'm going to be pinning right here that's going to help you continue building products and services that are going to help you shape the future of Web3 and hopefully make you the generational wealth we were all promised of coming into Web3. See you soon. Ciao.